Talk about our days, you say.
Yeah, we talk about our day.
Oh, this day.
This one singular day, yeah. This one day. I mean, we could talk about multiple days if you'd prefer, but I mean, I was just wanting to talk about this one.
Okay, well that like makes it a narrower pool to pull from as far as my thoughts go. You were really being sweet and wanted to cook for me, and I was off being a jerk and having people call me and going and do stuff, but we were able to get you some ingredients, and I was driving around places and texting you if I was going to come home, but then I didn't, like some sort of devious person.
Good thing I had my pumpkin ale to comfort me.
I think that's the last one. Or wait, or maybe there's one more. And then shot.
Today I cooked Chance dinner because I hear that, well, I mean, a lot of people always tell me that there's two ways to a man's heart, and one is through explicit measures, and the other is through his stomach. And so I knew I had one down, but I still had one to go. So I made this this recipe of my great-grandmother's, and
ancestral heritage.
Yes, and it was delicious and amazing, and I'm pretty sure I've got the Chance in the bag now. I don't know, what do you think? Did I win you over with my food?
I couldn't fit all of the stuff into my containers, so I took all of the top, and I have thirds like waiting in the microwave right now.
Are you serious?
Yes.
You can eat that much of it?
Mm-hmm.
That's special. I like that. What else did we do today? Today I wrote a letter to Charles Manson because there was this in this book that I'm reading, it tells you something to do every day. It's called This Book Will Change Your Life. And today it was write a letter to a mass murderer, but like I don't really give a shit about mass murderers. I really like serial killers. So like I've written Charles Manson before and it's been cool, and like I've written his compadres and they've written back like years ago, but I wrote him a letter today, and I'm gonna mail Charles Manson a letter and hope that he gets a shit kick out of it. I had this dream, and this morning I woke up Chance after having this dream, because I woke up from this dream and it was odd. I dreamt that Michael Jordan had a son, and he was really into playing baseball.
No, it was
No, it was basketball. It was basketball.
I had made some some joke with like baseball.
Right, but it was basketball for sure. Yeah, so basketball, and he was crazy. He was like 8 feet tall, and he was so unconcerned with losing the basketball game. So like, I don't know, I felt awesome about it and starstruck, and then like I don't really know what else happened in that dream. It kind of reminds me of this other dream that I had where I tried to convince well, I decided there was a conspiracy, and Andy Dick had written and directed Space Jam with Michael Jordan. And like I was on a mission to like inform people and let them know that Andy Warhol had written Space Jam.
Wait, it's Warhol now? Because you just said Andy Dick.
Oh, did I? No, I just say Andy Dick sometimes because of the disease. Yeah, Thought Nachos, the killer, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think of Andy Dick often. No, but Andy Warhol. In my dream, Andy Warhol wrote and directed Space Jam, and I went on this like huge, like this went on forever. It went on for months.
That actually makes it a lot more profound.
Yeah, like me wanting everybody to think that Andy Warhol wrote and directed Space Jam. How much sense would that make, though? I mean, think of his Campbell soup paintings. Like, really, I mean, wouldn't it make sense if Andy Warhol weren't dead that he would have written and directed Space Jam?
I mean, it's like definitely a very odd stab at popular culture, which even still I find it like weird that such a broad audience was actually supposed to know who these particular like basketball players were. But for some reason, I will never forget Charles Barkley because of that movie.
What movie?
Space Jam.
Oh! When it was funny when the Space Jam movie came out because it was my big sister's 10th birthday when it came out of theaters, and it was we lived in Memphis at the time, in Bartlett, which is where Grace is from, Bryce's girlfriend, like where we both grew up in the same suburb of the same city in the same state. Fucking weird as shit, small world. Anyway, my sister, it was her 10th birthday, and we threw her this huge surprise party at the gymnasium at our church, and like we had the skating rink all like rented out, and we had Space Jam cakes made for her, and we got her tickets to Space Jam on Ice at the Pyramid, and like we went to Space Jam on Ice, which was ridiculous. Like, as you can probably imagine, like, motherfuckers, basketball players, ice skating around like they're gonna make a ball, and like aliens chasing them still on ice skates too. Like, a Space Jam on Ice was a fucking experience and a half, that's for sure. But I just this is triggering a Space Jam memory that I forgot that I had. I think that was I think that was like 3rd grade, and 3rd or 4th, and we were like, I remember like over like visiting one of my my parents' friend's house that was probably like gathered for like football like gatherings or something, but like for some reason like me and like this older girl were like watching like Space Jam on like, I guess it would have been like VHS at the time or like something, and I remember like I was like 3rd or 4th grade or something, and it was like I was like crushing on her hard, and like like the whole like swings and like the backyard thing. And I remember I guess I've like always been a creep because I remember like she don't you still have like a cherry stem that I tied with my tongue in your wallet?
A little bit.
Okay, anyway, go.
Anyways, yeah, like I remember like
my shirt keeps falling.
I remember that like she like fell asleep, and I creeped over and like kissed her like while like she was sleeping, but then like never like told her about it and stuff, and I was all like super like tingly and weird and stuff.
You creeper. You kissed a girl. You like rape kissed someone.
Narco raped.
Narco rape dick?
No, not rape. I didn't.
Is that that should be a new disorder, if only it weren't so offensive.
I didn't throw in the word dick at the end because I didn't whip it out.
No, I'm not saying that you whipped it out, but like narco-rape dick, like, doesn't that make sense?
Now it just sounds like an Indian name.
Well, I have a Middle Eastern name right now. I can't wait to change my name. I'm like 97.5% sure that I'm gonna change my last name to 2.0 written out like 2.0. 2.0 with one word. Bethany Stardust Pain Pepper Jr. 2.0.
Wait, so how many names would you have separately?
6. Right now I have 5. It's Bethany Stardust Pain Pepper Jr.
Why didn't I realize that pain was part of that equation?
You didn't know about my pain? You should love my pain,
No,
because I love my pain.
I know
and
about
when
your pain.
And when I heard it's you that gains, and I should love my pain because you love my pain and you look at me with such disdain.
No, I knew about your pain.
Pull me up. That was a poem I wrote when I was 13. That reminded me of it. That sounds like a 13-year-old poem, doesn't it?
No, I know about your pains. I just know they were legally bound to your typewriter.
Okay, I was born. Let's give the backstory to the namages as we go to the Najmis. Namages, Najmis. Alright, so when I was born January 9th, 1989, and I'm not going to say what my birth name was, because nobody knows my birth name. 2 people know my birth name. 2 people that are alive know my birth name. One of them is my sister, and one of them is my best friend. Oh, well, I guess 3 people. My biological father knows my birth name, but nobody else does. Then, a while later, it got changed to Bethany Amanda Atwood. And then my mom divorced my dad, whose last name was Atwood, and she got remarried to this guy, Alan Payne, and he adopted me legally, and my last name changed to Payne, so I was Bethany Amanda Payne. My initials spelled BAP. Everyone made jokes about how I was bapping everything all the time, like it was this, like, stupid fucking thing, and, like...
That's a weird thing to hinge on, like, someone...
Isn't it?
Well, I mean...
And, like, people tried to call me Amanda forever, and everybody wanted to call me Amanda, or Mandy, or, like, any of that shit, and I hated it so much. Like, I wouldn't answer. People would call me Amanda or Mandy, and I wouldn't answer them. I would just ignore them until they called me Bethany. And I hate it when people call me Beth. Beth is even worse. Beth sounds like a fat-ass librarian. And, like, not that I have anything against librarians who are overweight. Just saying, I'm not one. And I don't want to feel like one. So, like, I would rather be called by my middle name, which my best friend gave me. Well, okay, I just skipped a whole bunch of names. When my mom left my kinda dad, she changed my last name to Wallace. Then after a couple months, she changed it to Adair. So, when I was 16, it got changed back to Payne so that I could get legally emancipated. And I was the first person to be legally emancipated in the state of Mississippi.
Oh, wow.
And I got legally emancipated at the age of 16, and I changed my name. I had my name legally changed to Tim. Tim was my best friend, like, at the time, and he still is to this day. You know, he's my homeboy. Tim named me Stardust. So I dropped Amanda, and I added Pepper and Junior because I was named after my Aunt Bethany, and her last name was Pepper, and her middle name was Josephine, so it had a J. So I just made mine Bethany Stardust Payne Pepper Jr. and had my whole name changed to that legally. And then fast forward like 3 years, and I got married. And I changed my last name to Najmi, and now I'm Bethany Stardust Najmi, which is really redundant because Najmi means star in Arabic, so it's Bethany Stardust Star, and I hate it, and I can't wait to change my name back and have my fucking name back. And
so, like, you still saw the okay, so, like, the Payne Pepper Jr. was still kind of, like, one, like, unit, and because, like, you replaced all, well, it seemed like, that was all, like, one unit, because you replaced all of that with Najmi.
Yes, I went from who I was to who I was attempting to be, essentially. And that's enough of this blog for tonight. But I have to introduce Chance to this lovely man.
We also had a bubble bath today. That's another thing that happened today.
Oh yeah, and we both peed in it, and I spit it at him.